All right, next thing is a nail gun. This uses air power to drive little nails into your wood. They're kind of, this is a small finish nail. Whoops, wrong way. There's a release here for the loading of nails. There's some nails. When you put them in, the head, wider part, should be up and catch onto the ridge, okay? So if you wouldn't want it to be up here like that. You want it all the way down towards the bottom. Then this slides in and locks. Also notice this little orange area appears when you start to run out of nails. So if you notice that, stop, because a lot of times those little nail divot, it'll look like you're nailing and you won't actually be nailing. We'll demonstrate that. The other thing here is this little dial here that can be set towards the one nail at a time, which is best for you guys. This is an oilless nail gun, so we don't need to put any oil in it. It has a little pencil sharpener there for some cute little thing to have. And then the trigger is right here. Now it hooks up to an airline. An airline hose. Our airlines have these quick connects. So you pull back on this. It's not screwing in. You're sliding this back and you're pushing that into there and then releasing. What's happening is those little ball bearings inside there are pushing into this groove here and it locks it in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take this end and put it into the airline. Make sure that's on. All the way. Take this end and again pull back, push them together. Sometimes when there's pressure, there's a little bit of things, and release. And it should lock. If you don't quite get it, try again. All right. Now, depending on the size of what you're doing, you could go with a little smaller nail. There's some different sizes. These are kind of much smaller nails than the ones that we have in there. And again, I'm going to take the nails out right now. So those are the size nails we're using. Like 1, 1.5, 1 and 5/8. So I've got these two pieces of wood, and I have them against each other. And I have the gun. What I have, I can't just pull the trigger. I get this. If I hold the trigger, and I can't do that right now with it setting it is. I have to put the pressure against the piece of wood, and then pull the trigger. Now it sounded like I did something. I just blew some nails out somewhere. Close that. Try that again. Hold it against there, and it makes a little divot from the thing going in, but it doesn't actually put a nail in. So I will now put some nails in. And then that, lock it. And now, and you could clamp this as well. So now, pulling it together. Now, what you don't want to do, you want to be you want to be, and you also use glue, by the way. But if I'm up like this, I want to be straight down in, okay? If I'm at an angle, I get something like that happening where the nail sticks out. I can take a tool and twist, cut that, and put it back in. Now you also wouldn't want your hand right there getting nailed. But that's a really quick way to get something nailed together. It's nice to space them out. You can fill those with putty, and if you're going to sand and clean them up. If you do have things like that, like I said, you can snip it with a thing, or you can twist it and pull it out, and just patch it up. But that's the nail gun. All right. So to remove this airline, pull this back and it releases. And of course the big challenge is always putting things in the box. Make sure you're not crushing anything when you lock it up. So that was the nail gun. Now we have a tangled hose. Take and try to make sure, as best you can, to loop the hose. And sometimes it has, well, often it has a memory. Don't just put it in as a tangled up mess. Wrap it, untangle it as you go along. Sometimes you have to stretch them out if necessary, but just try to throw it back with it all in a tangled up mess. There we go. And what you can do, you kind of put these through together and lock them together so it just stays like that and hang it back up on the wall.